What's up, my ecom people? In this video, I'm going to be detailing the exact strategies I use to scale a home decor brand from $0 to $176,000 a month in revenue in only 15 months using Facebook ads. Yes, I'm detailing all the strategies, the nitty-gritty strategies that I use to scale this brand. And if you want to do that too for your brand, make sure to watch this video. But before I dive into those strategies, I want to introduce myself. If you're new here, my name is Mason Littlejohn. I'm the founder of We Are The Select, a premier meta ads agency that only works with 8-figure brands, and also the founder of Meta Ads at Scale, the first coaching program that helps e-commerce brands at any stage of growth. And you might be thinking, all right, Mason, you got We Are The Select, you got Meta Ads at Scale, but why should I listen to you? Hold on. I've also spent $330 million on Meta Ads and driven over $1.7 billion in Meta Ads attributable revenue. So safe to say, I'm the guy you want to listen to when it comes to Meta Ads, right? The strategies that I'm going to be sharing with you are the same strategies that helped scale a wellness brand from $200,000 a month to $1.2 million a month in only 4 months. The same strategies that helped scale a headwear, a hat brand from $20K a month to $400,000 a month in less than 6 months. And the same strategies that helped this food brand who started in December at $4,000 a month hit $80K this last month. So again, these strategies work for any level of brand, whether you're at 0, 1K a month, 5K, 10K, 50K, 100K a month, even 200K a month and beyond. My strategies work for you. So let's dive in now. So I'm gonna break down the strategies that I use to scale this home decor brand to $176,000 a month with 4 pillars. So let's start off with pillar number 1. It is ideal customer profile. So for new brands, this is the biggest mistake new brands typically make, is not focusing on their number 1 ideal customer profile. What does that mean? Just think about who is the person who would be most likely to buy your product with the least amount of resistance. This is who you should be hyper focused on when you first launch your e-com brand, right? And so that is what we did with this brand that I'm gonna be talking about. You know, they actually had been struggling for a while. They had shut down their business actually. And so they were at 0 revenue, but I dug into their past customer data and found out that there was a certain segment of people who were buying from them at a high rate, meaning like 99% of their customers were actually this demographic, right? And so that is what we tailored everything to going forward. So pillar number 1, ideal customer profile, is so important. This is what you have to have dialed in. Let's dive into pillar number 2, ad account structure. So what was the ad account structure that I used to scale this brand from 0 to $176K a month in 15 months? I'm gonna dive into it right now. So the first campaign we launched with was an in-market interest campaign. So what do I mean by this? So that ideal customer profile that I just spoke to you about, we went and found that exact interest audience within Meta. And my goal was here, all right, I wanna train the Meta ads algorithm on this exact customer profile. And so luckily, this interest audience was a baller audience in Meta Ads Manager. And so that's what we ran literally for the first like 6 months. We only ran this interest audience and trained up the algorithm on this audience. And once the algorithm had been trained on this customer and we started getting orders flowing through, then we moved on to campaign number 2. Campaign number 2 was an Advantage Plus campaign, which is more or less just a broad campaign now, right? So once the algorithm had this nice customer data and knew who to go after, we opened it up to an Advantage Plus campaign. And so then we had our 2 core campaigns that we had running. And then what we moved on to next was adding in a testing campaign. And the reason we added this testing campaign is we now want this interest campaign, Advantage Plus campaign, to only have winning ads in there. So the algorithm just has winning ads data in those campaigns. And so they can be much more scalable. And so the testing campaign we use to get answers on every ad. Is an ad a winner? Is an ad a loser? If an ad's a winner in the testing campaign, we scale it. It's a loser, we pause it, right? And each ad set within this testing campaign is a test. So the structure of this testing campaign is an ad set budget campaign, male, female, 1865 plus, broad audience, and each test is an ad set. So those are the first 3 campaigns we launched with. And this is the structure we went with for like the first 12 months. But one thing we noticed is that we were kind of lagging on the organic side. And so what I ended up launching was an IG follow traffic campaign. So this is the 4th campaign we added into the mix. It was an IG follow traffic campaign where we just used our top creatives from our conversion campaigns and started running traffic to our Instagram profile as if it were a landing page. And so this became a really great top of funnel campaign to get more followers on our organic page, which had a lot of good videos explaining kind of what our product was. And we started to see our conversion campaigns just continue continue to get more efficiently. So the hypothesis there is that these IG follow campaigns actually are a really great awareness tool to bring people aware about your brand and then bring them down into your conversion campaigns. And the fifth campaign we got running was a lookalike campaign, a customer lookalike campaign. A lot of people hate on interest now, they hate on lookalikes, but again, with this specific brand, their ideal customer profile is super unique. So using first-party customer data in a lookalike audience, I had a hypothesis that this would do well. So we literally recently launched that in the last month, and that helped us really hit that past $150K, do $176,000 this past month. So do not sleep on lookalike audiences. They can really have an impact on your business. And so that wraps it up for the 5 campaigns that we currently have running in this ad account that got us to $176,000 a month in revenue. We have the interest campaign, we have the Advantage Plus campaign, we have the testing campaign, we have the IG follow campaign, and we also have the lookalike campaign. And so we're most likely going to be bringing in retargeting soon, but we're really still on the hunt for our holy grail creative. So before we kind of get into retargeting, our main focus is on creative. And so that brings us to pillar number 3. Let's now talk about creative. So with this brand, there were 3 creatives that I wanted to get dialed in, that I knew if we could hit them, we could get this brand scaling. And so the first creative that I want to talk about is us versus them. It's one of the most common used ads kind of all time. I think it's been around literally since the early 1900s, where you compare your brand to a competitor. You compare your brand to a conceptual enemy, right? And so we created static image ads comparing ours as being better than our competitors. And we also made us versus them. It's like, I'm never using this product again, I'm using this instead, right? And so creating storylines around the us versus thems, talking through all your value props, both on the image ad side and the video side, can be very effective, and these ads crushed for us. The second ad that I wanted to get crushing was a founder story ad. This is actually something we only filmed about 2 months ago and recently got running, but we have had a ton of success with it. The founder story ad is one where you tell the story of the brand, why it was created, who it was created for, the problem you're solving, right? Go into customer review, just give a little bit more detail of the brand, let people know they're not buying from a global corporation, and you typically will have success. And then the last ad I want to talk about that we utilized was what I call a what is ad. So really talking about what is your brand? What literally is the definition of your brand? Why does your brand exist? This is something that can be ideally, a 5 to 7 second ad that's really short and quick to the point about what your product is, what your brand is, and just illustrates that in a quick fashion. And so this is actually one of the ads that have performed best for us, just a super simple ad explaining the product. And so again, these 3 ads that really helped us get to this $176,000 a month mark were, again, the us versus them ad, both on the image side and the video side, the founder story ad, which again, we're still perfecting, and also the what is style ad. And so again, we're still on the search for the holy grail creative, but once we hit that, we're gonna be at $1 million months in no time. And I'm probably gonna make an updated video about how we hit those $1 million months and what that holy grail ad was. And last, let's move on to pillar number 4, retention and website. What did we do on the retention, the email, the SMS marketing side, and on the website side to get us to $176,000 a month? So I want to start off first with the website. Number 1 thing we did was to add in an Alia pop-up. So Alia, if you haven't heard of them, they're a startup based out of New York City. From the beginning, they had a Klaviyo pop-up that literally had a 2% sign-up rate. And so we switched it out with Alia, got them to 15, 20% sign-up rates, and that changed the game, where we started to get 5 to 10x the amount of email sign-ups every single day. So if you haven't checked out Alia, check them out. It's alialearn.com. Sean is their founder. He's giving me a special offer. So if you want to sign up with Alia, let him know Mason from Meta Ads at Scale sent you, and he will hook you up. You'll get a free 30-day trial and a lot of other goodies there. But again, Alia was a huge part of this brand's success. So that was number 1. And number 2, the product pages. We just optimized the heck out of the product pages, adding in free shipping. We added shipping times, right? We added in value props below the add to cart button, right? We addressed every possible objection that a customer could have on the product page. And we even added a trusted buy badge as well on the product page. So again, these were the kind of the little things that we added in to increase our conversion rate. And then on the add to cart page, we added upsells, where if you bought 2 or more, you got a discount. So we had in-cart upsells as well that were added, and this increased the amount of units per order. And now let's move on to email and SMS marketing. What did we do there? So we had this awesome pop-up driving all these signups. So now we had to create a baller email and SMS marketing infrastructure. So what did we build? So number 1, the most important current flow you have to get live is the welcome flow. The welcome flow is that flow that happens when someone signs up for your email and SMS. They start getting emails and they start getting SMS messages. So that's the first flow we got running. And we also added in the browse abandoned flow, which means if they look at your product page and they leave, they'll get an email. Then we added abandoned cart and checkout. So if they add a cart or checkout and leave your website, then they're getting an email. We also even added a site abandonment. Site abandonment is if they just end up on your homepage and then they leave your site, they're also going to get an email. We also added customer win back flow, which hits up customers after they haven't bought from us in 3 months or more. We even added a thank you flow, which is after they've received their order, we're still kind of nurturing them, trying to get them to order again. And we even a UGC testimonial flow where we're hitting them up post-purchase, trying to get them to give us testimonials and offering them an extra discount if they bought again. I can't emphasize it enough how important email and SMS marketing automations are to your e-com brand. You have to get these going. You have to have these live. It's literally not possible to get to the next level with meta ads if you don't have these things dialed in. And that wraps it up. That's how we scaled this home decor brand from $0 in revenue to $176,000 a month in revenue in only 15 months. But now you're left with two options. Option number one is just copy this exact strategy that I used for this brand and implementing it on your own brand. You might have success just following it, or you might not, and you might waste tons of money and tons of time. Or option number two is going to be to join my coaching program, Meta Ads at Scale, which again is the first coaching program that helps e-commerce brands at any stage of growth scale properly with meta ads. And we can have a success story just like this one, scaling you to 6 figures, 7 figures a month in no time. And a quick summary on what you get in my program: you get 5 one-on-one calls with me, you get access to a private Slack community, also a private Slack channel with myself and my client success manager, Steve, where you can hit us up any day of the week. You also get access to weekly group coaching calls where I do a broad e-com lesson and an ads manager lesson every week with a live Q&A. And all these coaching calls are recorded as well. And we build you out a 6-month growth plan, giving you exactly what you need to do to scale properly with your meta ads. The growth plan is packed with detailed meta ads campaign strategy and infrastructure. We also dive deep into your email and SMS marketing and make sure you have all the right flow set up. Also included is a deep audit of your website where we give you tips and tricks on how to increase your conversion rate. And we also give you a detailed creative strategy, what static image ads you should be running and what video ads you should be running. And we give you examples of the static ads and we give you scripts for videos. So if you're still watching this video, it's probably a good idea for you to apply to my program, Meta Ads at Scale. Hit the link in the description or hit the first comment and apply now. You'll speak to myself or either one of my team members and we'll assess with you if you are a good fit for the program. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Any questions that you ask, I will answer them. Have a good one. I'll talk to you soon.